They bring this boy to us. He's totally unconscious, frothing at the mouth, and that's the signs of a poisonous snake bite. You know, Dan, it was just a couple, not that many weeks ago, I was in New Guinea on a mission, and I was flying medical supplies out to a village, this really remote river, and so the back's full of medical supplies, and we have this satellite system called V2, which allows us to get a text to our iPhones. Uses satellite and cell phone, and I'm 20 minutes out. I'm about 15 minutes from my landing spot, and I get this text. It says snake bite patient at Chambry Lakes, 10-year-old boy. Can you pick him up? And I'm flying just like this. I look out the side window, and literally that village is right there, 3 miles away. So I dive down, land the plane. They bring this boy to us. He's totally unconscious, frothing at the mouth, and that's the signs of a poisonous snake bite. And you know they're getting serious when they get delirious and their tongue starts swelling up, and then they start foaming at the mouth. I don't have a nurse on board, and I don't have medicine because I was just taking medical supplies out. So I knew it was a race against time. And this boy, if he is to go the traditional way, was at least a day away at this point, day and a half away from the only hospital. And so I loaded him in the plane. I was off the water in about 30 seconds, and I'm just watching him thrash around in the back. You know, as a pilot, you're sitting here, and literally that stretcher is like a foot away, and so you're very engaged with what's going on, but you're also trying to fly the plane safely. And I can't tell you how long that 30-minute flight took in my head. It seemed like it took an eternity as I'm watching this kid foaming at the mouth, thrashing around in the back, and we get him down. We have an ambulance there at the airport, so we rush him in, throw him in the ambulance, race him to the hospital. I had to go out on another flight, so I went out to get another patient, and a few hours later, someone sent me a short video of the nurse giving him anti-venom at the hospital. And typically we go in and visit the patients with our team, but we couldn't get in that day, and so the next morning our team went in, and I said, hey guys, did you see Junior? Which is, his name was Junior. And the guys, our team said, no, he's already left. I said, did he die or does he survive? What happened? They said, well, what we know is he left the hospital, so it must mean he survived. And so we tried to look through town where we're at, try to find. We never could find him, because for me, I always want to go back and say, man, you know, how are you doing? Pray with them, talk to them. And so for 2 weeks, I thought about Junior, and I never got to see him. And finally, it was a Sunday night, and I said, I've got to go to his village and see how he's doing. So I jumped in the plane, fly out to this area. His village was actually a place I had never landed before because they had brought him in a canoe to where I'd landed the last time. Anyways, I land on this little tiny lagoon, and all these canoes come out to meet the airplane. So, you know, usually you'll have 20, 30, 40 canoes that come out. And so all these people are surrounding the airplane, and I'm talking to one of the leaders in Tokpisin, and I said, you know, is Junior here? And he said, he's standing next to you in the canoe. And I look over to my left, and there's this 10-year-old boy with his biggest smile on his face. And nice. What a moment. His mom's standing there, and got a chance to meet her. He's one of 6 kids. The whole village is there, and we're talking, hugging. I put him in the plane, put a headset on him, and you know, what an amazing moment. And, you know, while I was there, I'm seeing all these kids with mud on their faces. Right. And in the village, that means one of two things. It's a celebration, or you're mourning somebody that's passed. Is he in the bay, or is he in the dark? So I asked the guys, I said, hey, kids, why do you guys have mud on your faces? And they said, well, you know, we just killed 2 crocodiles yesterday in the little lake that you landed in, and so we're having this big celebration and this big feast, and we're super excited. And I sat there on the float as I was the wind was carrying me back to the edge of the lagoon, and I thought about that family, and I thought about the mud, and if we hadn't been there, they'd have mud on their faces because they were mourning Junior. Yeah. And this mom would have lost a son. And how different would that village be at that moment? And it would change them. And so for me, it was just an awesome moment of appreciation that we could be there. Appreciation for all the donors that support us. We're 100% supported by foundations, individuals. The government actually comes alongside about 30% of our funding as well on that side, the Papua New Guinean government. And so just all of those partners allow us to serve, allow us to make a difference using these airplanes. And for me, that was just a moment I'll never forget. The sun was setting, and I was just thanking God for the opportunity that I had to be part of that and to live that and experience that. But so much for me, just gratefulness to all of those who support us to make this happen, and just for our amazing staff over there that are serving and sacrificing their lives really to serve those people in those remote areas that nobody cares about. Nobody even knows they're there, but God knows they're there, and that's why we're there.
I love it. Awesome story.